Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. I woke up at 3:35 this morning and my brain said, so what if you have to get a job? And my brain instantly was awake and there was no way I was going back to sleep. So I did a deep dive for the last about 4 hours, looking into the current state of the UK's disability support network for getting back to work, what's available, and all these things. There's only something like 700 jobs maximum in the UK in total that can be done completely from home. Not good, especially since they're going to kick over 1 million people in total, if we can include everyone, off the system and into work. And they're saying everyone will have a job, everybody will have support. They're going to enact, I don't know fucking what they're going to enact, because the simple fact is this, and this is the reality of the situation. There is no way for a single term of government, even with infinite money, to provide and change the infrastructure of the entire country's disability network, and it needs all to change to accept disability people. The basic infrastructure of getting to work, or making sure every workplace has doors that can handle wheelchairs, quiet rooms for autistic people, a trained HR staff, managers that are trained in looking after disabled people and getting the best out of them. Even those basic things that need to happen this is a generational thing, not a 4-year thing. No, you could throw all the money you want on it, but it's the people. You need to retrain the people. You just can't do that in that time. You could make a start, but it will really be nasty, and the amount of people that are going to lose out and the amount of businesses that are going to lose out is horrible. So that's the situation that we're in. Anybody who saw the Sky News Zoe thing showing what happens to a disabled person when they rely on the council when they try to get to a place. And I've heard many other stories as well after talking to disabled people. People who are being put up in places that don't have a bathroom they can use at all. Don't have a place for them to cook specialised food at all. These are basic things. So, let's say I was at the position. Okay, so let's work through my problems. First of all, I would love to do homework, but homework is going to be very hard and challenging because it has its own layer of distractions and things that take me away from what I'm doing. And I can't filter those things out. My brain can't filter. For example, a few days ago, I was uploading 4 videos, I think it was 4 videos, on a trip I went to Trentham Gardens. I uploaded the first one, and then there was a fly in my room. A little tiny fly in my room that I noticed. And I completely forgot about uploading the other videos. I was completely focused on this fly in my room that was interesting to me. Yeah, things like that can just happen. Now, I was just uploading videos. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that the other 3 videos of the system was like an hour later or something. That didn't matter. But that could mean the difference between not getting something done at work and not being paid, because a fly was in my room. So let's think about working away from home. Almost impossible. I would need someone to either get me to the place, someone who I trusted, of work, or somewhere I could get to via my mobility scooter. And that's okay, that's I've got good range of that. When I get there, I need a secure place I can park my mobility scooter. Can't fucking just leave it on the car park. A secure place I can park it and put it on charge. A place I can get to easily if I need to leave. My brain needs to know that I can get to that mobility scooter, unhook it and leave if I need to. Or I won't be able to stay. When I get out of the mobility scooter, there will have to be someone there to take my hand and guide me to the office, to whatever cubicle, to wherever I'm going to be working. Because when I disconnect from a safe space, my mobile safe space, when I get about 2 foot away from it, I can become disconnected from reality and bad things can happen. So I will need someone there to take time out from their job when I get there, reliably every fucking time, because if they're not there, if they can't do it, then I can't move from my mobility scooter. So they will take my hand, take me to an office, take me to a cubicle, take me to a thingy. There has to be a quiet room close by if things become overwhelming. There has to be a toilet nearby as well. And then whatever job I'm doing, whether it's tech support or whatever kind of thingy, it needs to be interesting to me. I'm sorry, it does. This isn't just I want a job that I actually enjoy and thingy. No. My brain cannot physically do a boring job. It will not be able to. I will get distracted by the texture of the carpet otherwise. I will get distracted by any sound I hear. I'll have to have my noise cancelling headphones on. I'll have to have my Audible books going to try and focus on a monotonous routine. And the thing is this. That is just the basics. I will need to have flexible time. Start the day when I get there, finish the day when I feel like I can't do anymore. Because I know my limits. I know what can happen if I don't follow those limits. When it's lunchtime, someone will have to come to my thingy and remind me that it's lunchtime. And then get me to somewhere where I can eat, where it's away from everybody else. So that I don't think everybody's looking at me, or I don't get distracted by everybody else around me. And so a quiet place where I can eat so I don't actually forget to eat. Someone will have to come and check on me and ask whether I've been to the bathroom. Because I'll get distracted by something and forget. And you don't want me making a mess of the cubicle. Or becoming constipated. These are just the basics. You would basically have to hire someone to support me to do the job instead of them doing the job. Do you see the problem? And then we have the biggie. The really big thing. I would have to have a guarantee in writing that I am not going to lose the job the minute my disability means I have to ring up and say I can't come in today. That they will be able to cope with my disabilities to the point where if I can't come in or can't do my job, they don't instantly fire me. because that will destroy me. If I go through this to set myself up, then I need a guarantee that that job will be there for me. Because if I am going to go to a place and work for them, I have altered my entire safe space, my entire coping strategies to work their system within mine. I cannot allow my brain to think that, what if I do this? Because that will mean I can't leave the house. If I ever get the sense, the instinct, or any kind of thingy that this job is going to can me or is going to remove me the first time I do something that a disabled person does, then I won't be able to get out of bed to actually go to work. This is the basics. And there's thousands of things I haven't thought about. Is the lighting too harsh in the office? Will it affect me? How many steps is it to the lift? Is there a lift? Is the lift well maintained? Can I check the files on the lift to make sure that it's actually serviced properly? Otherwise I won't be able to get in the lift. Do they follow full fire protocols and everything? Do they have a plan? Do they have someone in charge of all that kind of thing? Do they have a trained first aid person in case I choke at my desk and I die before the paramedics get there? These are all things that will go through my head. You are talking to someone that I know exactly how many steps it takes to get from here to the front door, and it is 92 steps. 92 steps from here to the front door, and I can do that on one breath, or no breath. Why do I have that in my brain? Because I have a secure front door. Because for the ambulance to get to me, they'd have to contact the fire engine to break into this house to get to me if I choked. So I have to keep in memory, think of that, I have to keep in memory the idea that, okay, if I stopped being able to breathe right now and I was choking on something, I could go from where I am downstairs and out the front door so someone would notice me choking. So, well, technically, getting me into work when the PIP fails, which it will, because I score pretty much 2 and 3 on the normal set, and I'm classed as severely disabled. I mean, it's all here, my stuff here. I'm going to do, just let me fold this so it doesn't actually show up now, because I've got to be careful about that. Yeah, it's there. My PIP amount is there, all thingy and that, and I get it. I get the severe disability payment. So let me take this down here. And once again, we do this there, and you can see I get the extra money because you are severely disabled. It's right there in writing. That's what they see me as now, and that's what they've always seen me as, and not tried to change that. And every assessment has gone through fine. That will fail the next time they do it after the system's in place, and I will lose my PIP, and they will force me to try to get a job. This is what's wrong. So what can I do? I am lucky. I always say that. I am lucky, and I do mean it. I am lucky. I got to spend 20 years with Paola before she passed away. I mean, most people don't have that kind of time with someone they love and who is their soulmate. But I did. I'm lucky because I have a house that is paid for and is mine. And this house provides me a sliver of a possibility. And this is why I have a plan that will not work for most people. Sorry. I wish I could say that this is something that will help other people, and it probably will, but it's not something exactly that will work for them. Why? Because when I hit the required age, which I will this year, later in the year, I am going to release equity in this house. And I am going to voluntarily, before they kick me off, Pip, before they kick me off the system, I'm going to voluntarily remove myself from means-tested benefits. Why? Because I don't trust them anymore. Because the persecution, the letters, the assessments, I can't keep doing that. It's something we don't talk about often, about the basic. When we used to receive brown letters, now they put them in white letters, white envelopes, and it's fucking horrible because we don't know it's coming. The brown letters were worse because you'd get a brown letter and it was from Belfast or wherever their place is, and you wouldn't want to open it. You thought it could be literally a death sentence. If they, we're going to remove you. We're going to assess you. These last two letters I've got from disability have been just about saying, yes, you're still classed as severe, you're still getting this amount, the money's going up, and that, and the other one was just basically telling me that I was going to get £10 for Christmas. But as soon as I opened the corner of that letter and noticed the DWP moniker, I put the letters down. I had to prepare myself to open them. And every single person on benefits goes through this hell of worrying and waiting and concern. So as soon as I hit the right age, later in this year, I am going to release equity in this house, and then I will have a tiny solution. Why? Because the money that I release from the house will not be enough to live on until pension age, won't be. But it will, first of all, it will release a massive amount of pressure on me. Massive amount of pressure, both. I will no longer be under the bloody glare of the DWP. I will no longer have my bank account checked. I will no longer have to worry about my benefits being cut because my means-tested benefits will end. I won't have all of that mass of stress and strain. And then what will I do? I will put aside a certain amount of that money as if you can't do your job, you've got this money to fall back on. That will make it easier for me to try to get a place. And if I can't get a place, I will fall back on I will start planning and doing voice narration of books, songs, and anything. I'll set up a Patreon. I'll go down that route at the same time. But I will have this little mass of money here that will just allow me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, it's okay if you're not feeling good today. It's okay if you can't thingy. You've got this. That won't last forever, but I will have that. But the bigger thing, even than the money, is I will no longer have to worry about the DWP. I'll still get PIP until they kick me off, whenever that will be, because I'm still disabled. But PIP isn't a means-tested thing, and it isn't to do whether you can work or not. It's a payment to help you survive. So that's what I mean when I say that my plan of dealing with this shit is something that others can't have. That I am lucky. I don't want to have to do that, but I can no longer be in a situation where I can trust the government, trust that they are lying about everything they say, and they are taking this country into a very bad place. And They've even said that they won't rule out more cuts to the disability system with all the stuff that's going on with the tariffs and that. Yeah. Woohoo! So I wish this Plan N bit for me could help others. But a lot of us are in rented accommodation. A lot of us have used up all our funds. This doesn't mean I'm going to stop fighting, because what they're doing is wrong. It's as simple as that. And it just means that I have a way to deal with this at the end, and I have a way of getting out of it on my own terms. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is it that I, as a disabled person, as a classed by the DWP severely disabled person, is going to voluntarily remove himself from his means testers benefits because the actions and the attitude of the DWP and the government mean that they cause more stress for me, more pain, more suffering for me than the money they give me. How fucked up is that? Yeah. I am really, this is one of the very few times I can say this. The first time I ever said that I was happy that Paola wasn't alive was when we had a certain virus. Because of her damaged immune system, because of her being on dialysis and all her medications and everything, that certain virus either would have killed her, or the strain it put on the NHS would have meant she wouldn't get what she needed to survive. And she would have this huge, massive stress on her shoulder. So once again, I say right now, I am glad that Paola isn't alive, because even though Paola was suffering from incurable cancer, and we had all the documentation of the pain it caused, the disabilities, the inability to do anything herself really, except with her hands for 15 minutes a day, they would still try to kick her off the benefits and that. And every couple of years they did a review on her. So yeah, that's how fucked up this place is, this government, and what they're doing to us. And like I say, I'm in a situation where I'm lucky, where I have some way of solution for myself. But what about all those people that don't have a way out? That this change to PIP and that is like an oncoming train, and they have no assets, nothing to rely on. They don't even own their own house. This is going to wreck them. It's going to kill them. This government is murdering the country. Yeah. This is Jason for the Queber channel. I hope you're all okay.